Because this year it has to be a good year for me. It has to be. And the only person that can make that happen, right here, me. So it's gonna be a good year.
Makes it brighter, makes it darker. I think that looks pretty good right about there.
Boom. Alrighty, my friends, so this is gonna be a little series of videos that I'm gonna do to document all of my progress racing Hyrox. So the first time I raced was December of 2022. I had not ran in about 3 years because in 2019 the beginning of 2019 I was in a really bad motorcycle accident and it broke my ankle. And the doctors, long story short, misdiagnosed me. It was a break, not a sprain. I was on it for 1.5 years. Had to have 2 surgeries with a bone marrow transplant, and so far so good. So everything's good to go. However, during those 3 years, I did not run. I convinced myself that I was not a runner, and that humans weren't really meant to run, until I started working at this gym, Fitness on Fire, and I kind of got in touch with the barefoot community. There's a couple of them around here. And I watched a documentary, Born to Run, and I was like, wait a second, humans were born barefoot? You know, I started looking at human biomechanics and anatomy and all that stuff, and realized humans were meant to run. If we weren't able to run, we would probably be extinct, right? So, little touch there. And we had a Russian coach who came from Russia, pretty extreme dude, and he convinced me to do the Hyrox Men's Pro. I had a month to train for it, and again, I had not ran in about 3 years. And so I bought some Noble running shoes. That was the brand of my choice, and I set out to go run. I think I started aimlessly. I don't even have any of the data really. I didn't track any of my runs. I would pretty much just run around here in the parking lot, right? Maybe a mile a day, if that. I think the most I had ran on my Apple Watch, it doesn't show me the statistics, but I ran for 40 minutes. So at what pace, I'm not sure. It's such old data that on my Apple Health account, it doesn't show. But yeah, so I'm just gonna look up my Hyrox race results real fast. I've done 7 races. The past 2 Hyrox races I've done 8 doubles, and I have done a GoRuck solo and another mixed doubles on top. So 2 in 1 day twice. So let's go to this Men's Pro. So the Men's Pro and the GoRuck, which was my second race of the day. The GoRuck was my second race of the day. I got a 141 in the Men's Pro and a 141 in the GoRuck. And that shows how much in the GoRuck I stopped probably 4 times from cramping so bad of it being my second race and me being very ill prepared for that. Okay, so let's dive into the Men's Pro from 2022. My very first race, again, with 1 month to train. I had never done a wall ball. Actually, there's a video on my Instagram of me doing a wall ball workout for the very first time with this Russian coach. And you know, I went all in, bought a whole chest strap and everything, trying to dial in my running. And what I did back then to get my running better was the Maffetone method, right? So 180 minus your age, and I would just run at that speed only, right? So I remember doing a 5K at that speed, and I remember, so over the 4 weeks, I went from averaging a 9-minute mile at about a 160 heart rate to an 830 mile at a 160 heart rate, and that's a 5K, right? So that's what I did my test at. And so not a huge improvement, but you know, better than nothing. 30 seconds in 1 month. So looking at my run times, I got a 5:20. I averaged a 5:42 on the runs, right? So I got a 5:25, 5:15, 6:05. Oh, and on one of them, it looks like I remember now, I actually went in early. So had that been the case, my average probably would have been up in the 6-minute mark, right? Yeah, more towards the 6-minute mark, because on my fourth lap, on my fourth run, I went in early and I actually got, I think, what is it, like a 2-minute penalty back then. My very last lap after the lunges, 7 minutes. So great numbers, great numbers. My workout. So for the ski, I actually started to like the ski. I got a 4:21, so not too bad. The next time I do pro, hopefully maybe, you know, in the 340, 350s would be cool, somewhere between there, in the 340s. My sled push, 6 minutes 26 seconds. That's insane, right? So huge area of improvement. I'm looking for maybe, you know, 3 minutes on the sled push, in the 3 minutes, right? So maybe 3 to 3:30 I'd be happy with. The sled pull in specific, that one, holy shit, I was not ready for. I grabbed the rope and I pulled it and it didn't move because there was so much slack and elasticity in the rope. And then I kind of grabbed it again, tried to pull it, didn't move. And I looked around next to me, I'm like, are these guys moving this thing? And then everyone else right next to me looked all right, right? Their sled was moving, they were chugging along. And on the third pull is when I got it to break inertia. And then that kind of hit me like, oh shit, like this is this is gonna be a long day. That took me 8.5 minutes, right? 8.5 minutes. You know, I'm looking for maybe between 4:20 to a 4:40 on my next race, right? So, you know, almost half the time would be awesome. What's up, Josh?
Sorry, I didn't realize you were filming.
Oh no, you're good. So on to the burpee broad jumps, and the burpee broad jumps were, you know, I played football growing up, so it wasn't too bad. But after that sled pull, I was gassed, right? And I got 4 minutes and 54 seconds, so pretty much 5 minutes on the burpees. Since then, I have been training burpees so much that I actually like burpees. So I could probably, you know, shave almost, I could cut that one in half, right? So 220 to 230 on the burpees is my hope. For the row, I got a 456. The last race I did, my partner was, you know, I wanted to give him a little rest, so I hopped on, was cruising at a 150 for 750 meters. So I don't think, you know, cutting a minute off that time would be very hard. So I got a 252 on the farmer carry. I can't tell you how many times I set those kettlebells down, but I would carry it about 20, 30 meters and my forearms are just cooked, right? Since then, I am now able to hold the kettlebells for upwards of 2 minutes, right? Sandbag lunges. I was cramping bad here. I got a 453 cramp city every race I do that I have done consecutively, right? So the go ruck that I did doubled up that day, and the most recent mixed doubles I did, which was my second race of the day, I always cramp up on the lunges. My quads are just, my VMO is just lit up at that time. So I'm assuming somewhere in the low threes, you know, maybe like a 315 to 325 would be a good number. And then wall balls. Again, I had never done wall balls before 1 month out of this race. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. That was atrocious. There are probably a few videos of me, you know, doing 5 and putting the ball down, resting for like 20 seconds. I think I did, you know, my pacing was very bad. I think if I remember correctly, I did like 25 unbroken, and then my quads were just so lit up. and I actually nailed myself in the face. Kind of felt like I just got punched. And after that, my heart rate was at 190 beats per minute. You know, depending on how accurate you say an Apple Watch is, not very. So 9 minutes, right? We're looking to cut that guy in half, at least, minimum in half, right? I can do, with men's open weight, I can do 100 in about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So I have the strength to do it. I just need the muscular endurance and to push, right? Because once you get to, like, you know, 50, 60, it's just a kick towards the end, right? So finding when to kick, you know, maybe I'll do 40, 30, 30. I haven't really tried that yet, but I know I can do 30 pretty comfortably with the 20 pounder. But yeah, so I am racing in Vegas, men's pro. The next day I'm racing mixed doubles with my girlfriend, and then we are gonna try racing in Houston. Would I be able to qualify for Worlds in my age group? Potentially. Is that my goal? Not really. My goal is just to go as close to an hour as possible. Is it an extreme goal since I did mixed doubles? I mean, men's open doubles, and I only got a 104? It might be a little extreme. Is it possible? Absolutely. Right? It's only impossible until someone does it. So my only goal within myself is to break a 30-minute PR. So that's a 111, and I think I could do that. In Vegas, you know, we got a month, exactly 1 month to go. So it'll be fun. But I'm gonna document everything right here, so you guys can follow along with me and see, you know, exactly what I do. Maybe it'll help you. It's not gonna be perfect, but if you're new to it, or let's say you did a race a long time ago and you kind of want to get back into it, then this might be right up your alley, right? I'll post the workouts, I'll post the running, and if you stick along, you're probably gonna learn something. If not, you're at least gonna see some good energy and some good output, because this year it has to be a good year for me. It has to be. And the only person that can make that happen, right here, me. So it's gonna be a good year, and I hope you stick around for that. See ya.